Okay, it says live. Perfect. Last time I noticed that when it says live, we are actually live 2 seconds after it says live. So awkward silence for a second, but now I think we should be good. As it is, we don't have to worry. All of this is going on Jay's profile, so it's okay. So okay. Hello and welcome to Momentum Office Hours. My name is Yash, and I'm joined by my co-founders Harsh, Jay, and Kaushik to discuss topic of the week: optimizing conversion funnels for SaaS. Our goal is to provide you with actionable insights and practical strategies that you can apply to your own products. Throughout the session, we encourage you to engage with us by asking questions and sharing your thoughts. This is a fantastic opportunity to learn from each other and gain new insights that can help drive your SaaS initiatives forward. So let's get started. Jai, Harsh, Kaushik, how are we doing today?
Yes, doing great.
Good, great.
Are we optimized for this session today?
Yeah.
Yes,
I thought I'll do some wordplay. Right? Instead of saying
yeah.
are we excited, I said are we optimized
Optimize for this.
um, for this session, right? So okay, awesome, perfect. So let's start. All of us are
Yes,
here.
yeah.
Who will go with the first question?
Okay, I can go.
Sure.
Yeah. So before optimizing, well, first I want to understand in optimize of funnel conversion, right? So
Yeah.
I want to know the if we want to divide the funnel, right? So I want to know from we can say website which is to sign up, right? And from
Yeah.
sign up to the paid. But
Right.
is there any part that I can missing, or is there any different participations? Not is there any parts that I can missing in this funnel?
Right. Yeah. Sure. So basically, there are a lot of ways to put it. When we talk about funnel, it's obviously a lot of people coming, then there are a certain number of it ultimately going for a paid conversion. And even actually in SaaS, there is more to it. The funnel is does not stop at the purchase, right? So there are a lot of nomenclatures for the same. I'd like to put it in very simple way. So the first one is awareness. Awareness is where the possible users get to know about your product. So first is awareness, and then there could be the next one, that is engagement. When I say engagement, it's basically they are, let's say, they are looking at your post and now following on your social media, or it could be anywhere like just learning a little bit about the product through blogs or any other way. So first is awareness, getting an idea. Second is engagement. The third would be interest. When I say interest, they basically showcase some form of interest. They could just go for a paid trial or anything of that sorts. Then comes the activation, where they find some value. Now this uh, so there are certain SaaS products which are not giving free trials. In those cases, this stage will be little different. But first, ideally, it is awareness. Second is an engagement. The third would be interest or desire, you can say. In this interest stage, if there is a sign up that is happening, then after that, there will be activation. And then like after that, there will be conversion. So the free trial user will get converted into the paid customer. So that is a conversion. Ideally, in most of the cases, this paid stage or conversion stage is where the funnel ends, especially in like D2C brands or any such other funnels, if you look into. Especially, but in SaaS, since it's a monthly subscription, it's also important that people who have users who have already purchased the product, they also retain, and also they upscale. So like the priority is also to upsell to the particular users. So in this case, it will be awareness, engagement, interest, and we can add one stage for activation, after that conversion, and then retention and expansion as well. So you can convert it in these stages.
Okay, okay, great. So okay, understood. So in this conversion, right? Set like if set like in this conversion, it will take around 1 month, right? From awareness to we can say the last one, right?
I would like to correct you here, Harsh. So it's
Okay.
not like that. So what happens is you can. So it varies from product to product. First of all, the entire closing cycle, and it also changes from persona to persona. So for example, I would like to give a very right. So client J, was a CRM is a CRM for agencies, and in that that the ideal client persona is digital agencies from North America. Now, especially 11 to 50 team size. But then there are other agencies from different geography having a larger team size or having a fairly smaller team size. Let's say there is a team of just 3 people starting an agency. For them also, client choice is useful. Now, for that their use case, it could happen that they are just at the starting of their agency phase, and they may not be in extreme need of CRM, but they are also in looking out of CRM. So now they have started to read some blogs, getting aware. They are part of now newsletter. They have subscribed to the same. That is the second stage, engagement, where they have subscribed to the newsletter, right? So that is already there, but they have not gone ahead with the sign up. So this is again, this could happen that they are in the funnel for 6 months, and then on the 6 months it's the right point where they are getting one more client, and then they feel like, oh, I need a client portal, oh, I need to maintain everything under the same same umbrella, and so that they use CRM. So they try for this one, and now again, after going for the trial, let's say they are exploring 3 other CRMs as well, and in those cases, in that journey, it takes around 15 more days for them to come to the final conclusion. So the cycle is never 1 month. It is very subjective, but then the good way to look at it, especially converting, I mean, good way to observe the users is like, if there are few users who are like problem aware, few are solution aware, and few are product aware. So from someone to being just problem aware to product aware and then purchase, the cycle could be anywhere from a month to, it could take to 12 months as well, or even more. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
understood.
it. Sorry, Harsh, you had a follow-up question, or
No,
should I
yeah, you
ask?
can ask here. Yes.
Correct. So the other thing that I want to understand around optimizing funnels is there are, as you pointed out, right? So there are certain stages of the funnel. If I want to, so today, if I have a SaaS company, I have certain conversion rates across the funnel. So
Yeah.
for simplicity, let's assume 100. Sorry, let's assume the first step is 1,000, and then 100, and then 10, and then 1. Let's say there are 4 stages, and then I have 1,000 people, and then 100 people converting out of that, and then 10 people converting out of that, and 1 person converting out of those 10 across the funnel.
Right.
And if I want to take up the project of optimizing this, where should I ideally start? From what, like, should I start optimizing the conversion rate that I have, which is 10 to 1, or should I start from 100 to 10, or should I start from 1,000 to 100? Like, which step do I optimize first?
Right. So ideally, I mean, I would personally suggest that we need to first understand what are those numbers, right? Because at times it happens
So,
that
so let's say I understand. So let's say 1,000 people visiting the website, 100 people signing up, 10 people becoming a paid customer, one customer expanding, and buying more licenses later.
right.
So let's say that's the funnel.
Understood. So, my approach would be to first have these conversion numbers, compare them with the average industry average that we have. So, as you mentioned, that 1,000 are website visitors, and from that, let's say 100 are signing up. So, 10% sign up is a really good number compared
Yeah.
to industry standard, right? So, one might not want to look into that. So, in these cases, one might want to understand what is the further conversion that is happening. So, good way to look about it is the conversion numbers that we have, whether with industry standards are they matching or not, or if they are
So
at
let's say
par.
they are below industry standard. In this, I said 1,000, 100, because that's easier to sort of calculate. But
Yeah,
let's say
yeah,
those are below industry standards. So let's say it is 1,050, 5 or something like that, right? So I know that I need optimization.
right. Yeah. So in this cases, I believe it's always one should always focus on lower hanging fruit. So, like some bottom of the funnel is the first approach that one should look up for. That if those numbers are sorted, then there is some form of predictability that if I am able to get good amount of signups by any way, I know that now that I have solved bottom of funnel. So let's say sign up to paid is what we are able to get it. So that is something we can look up for. So if we talk about the target group, then bottom of the funnel definitely, and if we talk about the stages, then definitely the final stage, that is how many people are going for the purchase, is
Got it.
what we should look out for.
So I should start with the smallest, uh, like So bottom of the funnel first, then optimize the middle, then optimize the top.
Right.
Got
Yes.
it.
But again, I would personally see the
Yeah,
numbers
yeah,
first.
I know.
But yeah, in general, if you ask, then yes.
I know, but in general, right? So let's say if
Yeah.
everything is got it.
Yeah.
Fair.
So,
Because I would like to add to that. So just what happens is like we ourselves have seen, right, that a lot of people are focusing especially on just bringing the maximum website visitors, but now all the numbers, let's say all the conversion numbers are below industry standards, and they are only looking up for getting maximum website visitors. That would not help, because getting maximum website visitors would not allow them to understand which of them is the ideal client persona, and that would lead them to going in different directions, not in a unified way, and then there could be endless possibilities. And I mean, there is no predictability in any form, and that's why the earlier suggestion, which I suppose suggested, was something which one should have. Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Jay, so I was trying to understand what you were trying to mention as stages, right? So, for SaaS companies and SaaS products, there is this part where there is from lead to trial, and from this stage of trial to paid customer. That two stages, or the transition that happens, and the metrics that's involved. In your experience, as well as whatever you seen, what are the common pitfalls that SaaS products or SaaS companies miss out on, and what the metrics they miss out on, which they should definitely have, because these two stages are the most crucial stages, from lead to the trial stage, and the trial stage, and then the trial stage to the active customer stage, or the paid customer stage. So,
Yeah, so well, Kaushik, having many coffees with you, I know that you are expecting me to talk about activation numbers, and I'll say that is the one, right? So people at time, what happens is, I mean, what we have seen observed from founder side is they are either focused on having maximum visitors, and after that they are talking about converting and getting maximum paid. But then at times, what is being missed out is obviously the activation. There's at times what happens is they have not defined in right. So let me first talk about what activation is, right? So when we say activation, there's a standard. So it ideally it's basically, let's say people are signing up, and from that particular stage, the point where they are able to find initial value is what we say the user is activated. So when I say activation number, so let's say 100 people are signing up, and out of them we have defined a metric where based on the usage of the product, that let's say for example, first document created in any document creating platform is the first activation number. So what happens is, first time that many times people are signing up, and then they are not generating the or creating a document. They are just over there exploring features, and then they get churned out of there. So again, coming to the point, activation number is something which I believe at times is getting missed. And reason one of the main reasons is either it's a priority to get maximum people for sign up, or either it's a priority to get them converted. But then understanding this is missing out at times. The definition of activation in itself is not well defined, and that's where the numbers are haywire, and then the results are not up to the mark.
so
And
can
we've
we say that?
seen, sorry,
Yeah.
go
No,
ahead, Kaushik.
so I was just saying that, can we say that, as a initial stage?
Sorry, Kaushik.
Yeah.
So sorry, Kaushik. When you say, just try and make sure that your hands are still, because
Oh,
your hand is, I think, touching the wire, and
oh,
then
okay.
to us and to all the people who are listening or watching, it feels like there's a pressure cooker or something
Oh,
like
oh,
that. That's going on.
sorry, sorry, sorry. So what I was trying to say is that, so how do you define the active user? What are the strategies, like any startup, any initial SaaS founder who has just come out with their product out? We understand that the identifying the value, just like for example, the document maker is something, an example you said. So does creating a document make someone an active user, or creating and sharing the document make someone an active user? So how do you clearly define who is the active user here?
Perfect. So it totally depends on what value proposition you have with your product, right? So each and every SaaS product is going to have uh, their own uniqueness in it. So there are lots of document. I mean, giving an example of a document making platform, or like Pandadoc or any of sorts. So in those cases, like let's say you are a founder and you have produced a new product which is a competitor to it, but now your unique value proposition is that this document you can share directly via WhatsApp also from your web platform as well, and these kind of things. Just giving one of the examples. So in those cases, you have your value proposition in a way where this is how you are different. So that is why people are going to opt for you, right? So in those cases, having that value generated should be, I personally would say, the people who are doing that particular activity for the first time should be considered as an active user and not just creating a document. Yeah.
I have another answer to this. So
Yeah.
it depends on who am I telling the active users to. So if I'm telling active users to investors, anyone who signs up is an active user. If I'm telling the number of active users to my UI UX designer, 3 active documents sent is an active user, right? So what I want to, I mean, obviously this is a joke, but what I want to do is I want to, like, the people who are supposed to actually work on getting the users activated, I want to give as stringent of a definition as possible, so that they are aligning the product in a way that they are that we actually get the activation rates or active users up. But that's a great question. It makes me feel like I should have thought of this question. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Great point, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I want to optimize my funnel, right? So there are multiple strategies, right? So one of the strategy is the A/B testing, right? Where we do some changes and we will check whether the our funnel is optimized or whether conversion rate increase or not, right? So like we will change the CTA of button, right? Or we can change the pricing layout, right? So what do you think? Whether can you give some more examples of said like you have done this type of changes in your website or platform, and you the conversion will be the very conversion will be increased very exponentially.
Yeah, sure. So
Harsh wants the silver bullet. Matlab, don't give us strategies. Just give us what you did that get us the, like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
No, no,
he
don't create
mentioned the
value. Just give me
strategy.
the money. Just give me the money. Don't create value.
Uh,
So please, Jai,
right.
go ahead.
So, yeah, I mean, so the question that you asked, Harsh, I suppose 13, 15 minutes, whatever odd minutes we have left, if I try to answer that, it would be completely filled out by that, but I'll still try to answer it in a way where, it makes sense. So, see, first of all, A/B testing occurs in a lot of things, right? So, in different stages, we have different ways to make sure that people are getting converted. So, let's talk about website visitors to sign up, for instance, and even before that, like someone visiting the website, for instance. So to make them aware of your product, you want them to come into the website, and so in those cases you do ads. So you need to have, just giving you an example of A/B testing, right? So putting out an ad to your target users, what happens is how many people are seeing this and how many from them are actually coming to the website, that is one, or the landing page in those, for instance. So you might want to change your landing page, sorry, you might want to change your ad page or everything, ad copy. So you might want to change the graphics, the copy, and all of these things. So you need to change, I mean, you need to optimize on that first of all. So it's just a trial and error that happens. You would launch first version to some users, you want another user, and then you compare between them that which one is getting better. So that is one. Same A/B testing can also be applied inside the website or the landing page in itself, on how you are putting your CTA. So a good way to do about it, like random, it's not like you do random A/B testing. You need to have the right metrics first of all, uh, kept for each and every stages, where based on which you understand that this is up to the mark and this is going well. So if you ask me that what you did, for what kind of A/B testing you did, we have done it in lots of places, like in our ad pages, in our landing pages, as well as in the website. But all of these are tracked in right way. So for example, for website, I would look at the heat maps generated on Hotjar, try to understand where people are away, staying and whether are they clicking or not, and based on this my next experiment would be planned. Same way from the product standpoint, like we would want to understand that where users are not going ahead from, right? So people not getting activated or anything. So for the same, I would want to plan a better onboarding journey. So in onboarding journey also we could have A/B testing, understanding where the user flow is getting broken. So A/B testing is applicable in all the stages, I would personally say. Yeah. So to answer that, what things I have done, I would be happy to share over, but it's a very very long answer. To it could be, if it's specific, I could have a better example.
So, if Harsh, you are willing to pay money, we can give you a longer answer also. So, we're in because so the thing is that we're in, like, if we give you the answer, then what will we charge for? So there has to be some consulting, sort of creation of walls there, which I think we protected. So awesome. The other thing, like from a conversion funnel standpoint, is how do you think of like what amount of data is becomes statistically significant, and what amount of data is considered anecdotal, right? So in the sense that at what point, like how much revenue or how much signups or how many visitors or how many customers or whatever those, like what is the minimum threshold number that you look at before you say that okay, this is the conversion rate that we have as of now, and anything below that is just anecdotal, right? So anything below that is not an actual pattern, but it is just an event that has occurred, or a collection of events that has occurred. How do you think about that?
Good question. So, especially talking about the industry standards that we look at, first is website visitors to sign up. So for that, the anywhere up to 7 to 8% conversion is ideally considered as good. So anything below that is somewhere where we would like to keep a high priority focus and we would want to improve that. So website to sign up 7 to 8%. Same way, talking about sign up to paid conversions is anywhere around 4 to 5%.
No.
So
I'm not asking for optimal conversion rates or industry standard. I'm trying to understand that at what number do you actually start to measure these rates. So as an example, if my website has 10 people visiting and if 2 people are converting as signups, the number 10 is so small that I
yeah,
should not go around claiming that my website has 20% conversion rate, right?
right.
So what is that minimum number, in place of 10? What is that minimum number where you say, okay, now whatever rates that we are seeing are actual conversion rates, and these are
Yeah,
not just random happenings or some random events?
right. So for website visitors, I would say 5,000 unique website visitors should be the number
A
based on
month.
my a month. Unique monthly website visitors, 5,000 is something which one should look at. Yeah. Apart
Got it.
from
And
this,
then everything else is sort of
everything else will fall accordingly based on
got.
the
Then you want to
necessity.
see, you want to have 8%, or and then if let's say out of 5,000 you have 400 people, which is 8%,
Yeah,
signing up, then it's optimized enough. If you have lesser than that, then you want to optimize that. Then out of 400 you said 4%, right? So about 160 paid customers as an example.
right.
Not 160, sorry, 16 paid customers,
Prepaid
um,
customers.
example. And so if you have less than 16, then you want to optimize for that. But anything less than 5,000 5,000 unique monthly website visitors, you say that
Yeah,
the evidence is anecdotal. It is still not a pattern. It is just a collection of events. Anything above 5,000 is when we are prepared to call it a pattern.
right. Yeah,
Got it. Got it.
yes. And again, like, see, one thing is for sure that again we are talking in general right now, but then again from 5,000, it is also important to understand that where these are coming from, and like it's again not that important. I mean, it is important to know where these are coming from, but we would also want to understand that are they actually following our ICP or not. But then again, if we don't have this number, we should first focus on optimizing on that. I would be, yeah.
So that leads to a chicken and egg situation, right? And I'll tell you why. So as an example, I'm building a SaaS company with a hypothesized ideal client persona, right? So the
Right.
ICP that I have written on day one is something that I think this product is right for. Then I go to the market and then I get some conversion rates, and then I'm trying to optimize for the conversion rate. But at the same time, I'm forgetting that the ICP is also hypothesized.
Right.
So what do I fix first? Do I fix the ICP definition, or do I start fixing the conversion rate for, like, you're understanding, what if I'm optimizing the conversion rates for the wrong ICP?
Right.
And what if the ICP in and of itself is wrong? So
Right.
how do you go about it?
Yeah, that makes sense. So I mean, in this case, first of all, obviously, ICP is something which we can define only once we have certain set of buyers, and from that we define. Otherwise, it's a hypothetical, as you mentioned. So in this case, first, again, I would come to the point where we would first focus on how many people are coming to the website, and the further steps are being taken care from. So ICP could change from time to time, and which we have observed with lots of our client partners as well, right? But the focus initially should be to have those visitors. See, initially when we are launching the product, when we don't have that many visitors or any of the good numbers, we know that initially we are into market validation standpoint as well. So from there, pivoting happens. So obviously, first priority would be to have those visitors, and then if there is a need of pivot, if you need to change the ICP also, that is okay. But what I was coming to from the earlier point is that these visitors which are coming, we would want to understand who are these visitors, understand their persona, and check whether they are falling under hypothetical condition or not. If not, we should rather than just focusing on same hypothetical ICP, we might want to change the ICP and get things sorted for that, because the product is itself getting those visitors. So
But I think regarding it was very interesting because
yeah.
choosing ICP is so critical. There's one interesting point that came up while they were trying to define is that I think if you are choosing your most of the times good pivots are finding a ICP which is a subcategory within the primary ICP that they chose. To give you a good example, Switch initially was a platform where there was a single guy who was just streaming itself, where they were targeting them. They were putting the product as a video streaming platform, and then slowly they realized that the majority of the people who were using were gamers, and they turned the whole platform into a gamer streaming like a space and the platform for that. So I think your initial ICP that you're identifying will guide you to the dedicated cohort within that then you can pivot and start focusing on over there. But I don't think you can, like, your ICP shouldn't be way beyond what you initially defined. It can't be completely opposite of then it means that there's something really wrong going on.
But there have been those cases as well, right? So there have
Right.
been cases like Twitter is a great example of that, where what they started to, like, instead of, like, they pivoted the whole product, right? So they were sort of a broadcast messaging solution, and then they became whatever it is today. Um, I mean, so, uh, but yeah, this is an interesting conundrum, right? So we've gone away from conversion rates into, like, while fixing the conversion rates, do we fix the ICP, or we don't fix the ICP, we keep the ICP as is and we fix the product for an ICP that we've defined. But it's interesting. We have time for one last question. Harsh, Kaushik, do we have one last question?
Yeah, I have. So in these optimizations, I think email marketing also the one of the major strategy, right? That can help us to convert the lead, right? So
Yes.
what are the metrics that we should follow in this email marketing, or what are the things that we should do in this email marketing things? So
So
like we can say the product updates, right? Okay, these are the new features that are available in product, right? So we can also talk about the industry, right? They are associated to our clients, right? So what are these things that we can include in email marketing?
right. So email marketing will be used in both the cases, even when sign up is before sign up and after sign up as well, right? So before sign up, I would say if someone is signing up for news, I like to put everything in single place and try to answer your question. So first is, let's say there is no sign up done, but then person is in engagement stage where they have subscribed to the newsletter. In those cases, email marketing will be used where on a weekly or on a monthly basis something will be going on which is giving value addition to them. Product in itself may not necessarily be a solution to it, but something that is giving value to it. So inclined to it was agency, so in those cases we used to send them on how to grow your team, how to be profitable in your agency. Those sort of information we used to share, because in those cases building community is important. So yeah, email marketing can be used to nurture. In this case we call it nurturing. After that, let's say sign up is happening, and in that sign up now, especially when a person is in free trial stage, that's where we are using drip sequences, where in the platform also we are trying to give value, but then apart from that there are several mails that are going on from any accounts managers side, or at very early stage it could be from founder side as well, and they will again be asking about, were you able to do this now. There are, so coming to the metrics, obviously just like any email campaign, like the open rate, conversion rate, because in those emails at times it happens that 3 days are gone and then there is an email going on to that particular user saying that, hey, you signed up but you have not used this thing, so you might want to take a look. With better copy we can have that messaging, and then a CTA is there. Once they click on that, it will take them to a journey which would eventually lead them to getting to an activation stage, right? So again, in this case, the email marketing, we would be considering the click rates. So same as other email marketing campaign, open rates, click rates are the ones which we are going to measure, but then each and every use cases will have its own meaning and value, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So
Got it.
mostly we can say click rate and open rate will be the one that we should consider.
Yeah.
Open rates and click rates both. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it. Awesome. Everyone, thank you for joining in. Thank you, Jai, for patiently answering our questions and not answering Harsh's question. So that was so you saved us some money. So that's good.
Yeah.
And but also, yeah, it was a good conversation, and for all the people who watched us, listened to us, commented on the post, do check out Momentum 91. If you're running a SaaS product, we'll be able to help you build a better version of your product faster. While we may have our internal questions, but we always have one person who has all the answers. At least one of the four of us, and we try to ask questions on your behalf. So, but thank you for joining in. Wherever you are, do consider subscribing, do consider following, and we'll see you again.